The New York Times published an article titled 6 Months Later, Democrats Are Still Searching for the Path Forward, in which they outline a hilarious $20 million plan, which aims to reverse the erosion of Democratic support among young men, especially online. It is codenamed SAM, short for Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan, and promises investment to study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and virality in these spaces. Democrats, you can't figure out your man problem? Really? It's easy. Quit acting like women.
Stop being a bitch and come on.
While Republican men are running the White House, the Dems are running around holding group therapy sessions, talking about their feelings and obsessing about the men who don't like them. Democrats, America's just not that into you. There, you're welcome. That'll be $20 million. I just solved all your problems for you.
Hey, it's me. Knock, knock. So, you got my money?
The New York Times article opens with a hilarious anecdote about a researcher who did around 250 focus groups of swing voters. And in it, quote, a few patterns emerged. Republicans are seen as apex predators like lions, tigers, and sharks. Beasts that take what they want when they want it.
Basically, run.
Democrats are typically tagged as tortoises, slugs, or sloths. Slow, plodding, passive.
Are you a pacifist?
No, sir, I'm not a pacifist, sir. I'm a coward.
Guys, this is really bad. Like, really, really, really bad. Tortoises, slugs, or sloths? That's what people are associating with the Democratic Party right now. I mean, a tortoise? A tortoise. They're not even seen as like a beaver that can build things. Maybe not threatening, but useful. Or like a horse. Not scary, but majestic and again, useful. Not even a loyal dog like the golden retriever that just wants to be friends with everyone. Hell, even a donkey, a useful pack animal, and the literal symbol of the party didn't make the list. Slug doesn't even pop into my mind as an animal. Like, whoa, who is like, you know what? When I think of the Democrats, I think of slugs.
Everyone!
Apparently a lot of people, though, because these were the top 3 most common answers.
This feels like there must be a list. Like, I would really love to see the actual polling on this, because what were the other options that slug, sloth? It does feel a little bit like leading the witness.
Right.
This is bananas to me that this is so prominent. These are the top 3. Sloths? The slowest mammal on Earth. Democrats, this is scorched earth territory. This is burn it to the ground territory. I think that the economy could tank and Republicans would still do okay in the midterms if this is actually what people are feeling about the Democratic Party. That's how bad this is. We could be eating garbage out of a dumpster in 2026, and I'm still choosing a tiger over a slug. At this point, bed bugs would have been a better answer. At least those fuckers instill terror and are literally impossible to kill, and they're resilient. And by the way, there's nothing more girly than talking about your spirit animals. By the way, are they trying to make it seem like a bad thing that Republicans are viewed as apex predators? And are they confused as to how this happened? The Dems spent years writing articles claiming that working out was right wing. So don't be confused when the men are flocking to the right. And apex predator sounds pretty hot to me. I'm not going to lie. A lion? Hell yeah. King of the jungle. A tiger? Badass. A shark? Nothing gets me wetter than Shark Week. Trump's win was assured after he got shot and jumped up with his fist in the air, blood on his face. I couldn't have been the only woman in America who thought, did Donald Trump just turn me on? I know I was not the only woman in America. So the researcher, Miss Shankar Osario, the woman who did all of these focus groups with the most Democratic sounding hyphenated name on the planet, she perked up when a Democratic man in Georgia suggested a very different kind of animal symbolized his party. A deer, he said, in headlights. You stand there and you see the car coming, but you're going to stand there and get hit with it anyway. Sir, you've already been hit. Your party is roadkill, like a tortoise or a sloth who couldn't get out of the way fast enough. World War III and Civil War are looming. They're knocking on our door. And who do you think Americans are going to want at the helm? Tigers, sharks, and lions, or sloppy, clueless gastropods? We've said it before and we'll say it again. What self-respecting man would ever vote Democrat? How do you get straight men back once you lose them? I mean it. I mean, there are some manly Democrat men, but if you get them alone, you realize that they actually voted for Trump. A Democratic pollster cautioned against taking the wrong lessons from any successes in the 2026 midterms because he said the party's brand is repellent in so much of the country. He added that they lost credibility by being seen as alien on cultural issues. The way they use the word repellent... Their messaging is so fun. If we're still going with the spirit animal theme, I think skunk is the perfect animal to represent the Democrats. They're repellent, they're often roadkill, and they're only threatening because you don't want that stank rubbing off on you. I mean, I don't know about you. I think that's the perfect analogy. Where's my 20 million?
Where's my money? You gonna give me my money? Where's my money, man?